Collective, welcome, welcome. I'm Nikki, your local vegan tarotist. Gotta enunciate that in this world. But we're here to do your reading. Love reading. Now, I was getting, there was something in my eye. So when somebody's crying, oh no, there was something in my eye, I'm not crying, you're crying. So there may be, this might get quite emotional, but it is somebody that maybe uses humor to conceal all of that. I don't know anything about that, collective, so I can't help you. I would never use humor to deflect real emotions. Oh. But I alternate between making jokes and then making people really uncomfortable with my level of seriousness about something. So, I don't know. Maybe you like the movie The Joker, Scorpionic Energy, JP, River. That's Licky Lee. Or Licky Lie, I'm not sure. Licky Lie. I'm not sure how you pronounce her name, but I Follow Rivers. Also the movie The Warmest Color. Is it the warmest color or the deepest color? Is blue? Blue is the warmest. Anyway, blue is the warmest color. Someone could have blue hair, wear a lot of blue. Blue could be their favorite. Whoa. This Chief of Blades was mixed in with the Rider-Waite Tarot right where I split it. He just popped out. So, but again, he is holding a rifle in this, but he's the Chief of Blades. So it's like fire and air. It's all masculine energy. This is a masculine energy. I get kind of a emperor. It's like someone who can use, someone who's good with being sort of a jack of all trades, or Jack. Maybe somebody's name starts with the letter J. The Sun could be a Leo involved. Queen of Wands, feminine, could have some Leo placements possibly. But yeah, someone. No. And what's the song? Smoke Gets in Your Eyes. When smoke gets in your eyes. Ooh, someone's coming out of being a stingy little son of a gun. With the Four of Pentacles in reverse to Justice. Upright, that sword. I think I was going to say store. So something about storage, or maybe you meet at a store. You could be shopping. This reminds me of the scene from Almost Famous where Kate's character, Penny Lane is her pseudonym. One of them that she's given. So you might have like a special nickname from this person. I definitely feel you have some inside jokes with this person, probably quite a few inside jokes. This could be a rekindling, but it is that twin flamey, ships in the night. You're always coming back together. Though if you know the movie, it's not as, faded as that. I mean, she knows where he's going to be. She follows him around because she's obsessed with him, or in love with him, infatuated with him, whatever. But who wouldn't be? Billy Crudup. Also, I started watching Big Fish a little bit. It was on the free movies, and so none of my DVDs play, and so I'm getting rid of them. So they're just extra weight, but it is kind of like saying goodbye to an old friend. And my hard drive with all my movies and music and photos, and we won't get into that, or I'll start crying. Is none of that's working, so I can't watch any of those movies. Anyway, So Big Fish, maybe this person is something about your favorite movie. Share that, collective. Please comment below, what is your favorite movie? I would love to know that, because that right there, that's one of the first ways that I started divining, which is why I include so many movies and music in my readings, because that's just, I started to, I was quite sheltered, and so I noticed a lot of patterns and saw relationships in different cultures and different types of people. That was like my social network, was the movies. It was all imagination. Come with me and you'll be in a world of pure imagination. Take a look and you'll see into my imagination. Someone's picking your brain. They want to know more about you. That's a lot. A lot just came out. I think that's too much. We do have strength there, so more Leo energy. Kachina Juggler. It's the Two of Pentacles. I do like this one. I don't think I've pulled this one out of this deck yet. The Two of Pentacles, though. Kachina, isn't that, Cochino or Cochino, isn't that like pig? Or like, you know, like pig in, so something with pigs maybe, but in Spanish. I think that's like, you calling someone like a fatty or something, but playfully maybe? I don't know if it's used derogatorily. Okay, shuffled this around in this Five of Cups, the warrior woman. Yeah. Someone has been through a lot. This feminine has been through a lot. And the horse, there's a dark horse. Apocalypse now. This is the ending to strife and suffering. Because that horse is a silhouette. So it looks in the Five of Cups energy as someone who is like crying over spilled milk, who is upset, experiencing emotional loss or defeat or sorrow. They would see that horse and say they're walking away. But somebody who's a fighter, who has risen up through all the bullshit with that Queen of Wands, they've been the Phoenix, they've been the soul survivor, right? Maybe somebody has some survivor's guilt. Somebody could be, this is experienced a lot with siblings in a narcissistic parent household. If you're raised by a narcissistic parent or around a lot of trauma, if you had to leave another sibling behind, if you had to get out of there, if there was any kind of abuse, you left, there could be a lot of guilt or shame around that sense of being the only survivor. But it's like you had to do what you had to do to survive. I mean, you could have survived some sort of thing. You could be, you know, a survivor of an accident or something. So in the physical, but I get a soul survivor. It's like this soul has risen up so many times. 9 Lives, isn't that an album by 50 Cent? 50, somebody could be 50, but that's the 5-0, something with the police possibly, or with the justice system here, because we have justice at the center. Somebody could have been in trouble with the law or in this life, and that's just kind of a physical 3D representation of the spiritual strife. Why am I getting strife? What song is that in? Your sorrow and your strife. Oh gosh, it's right there. Sorrow, through your sorrows and your strife. Isn't that a song? It's a song, right? Or is it like a nursery rhyme? Anyway, if it comes back, it comes back. If it doesn't, hopefully y'all can look it up and maybe there's something in there for you. 8 of Pentacles and the Ace of Pentacles. Ace to 8. Ace of Base. It's all about that bass, no trouble. No treble, no riffraff. Street rat. Maybe somebody dealt with someone who was in trouble with the law and you kind of went down with them. Riffraff. Street rat. I don't buy that. But in that song, what Aladdin is saying is, I am worth more. I am deeper than my scars, or I am deeper than my skin. I am actually quite different. So you may have kind of a harsh or appearance that others are kind of taken aback by. Your external appearance, the way that you appear, is kind of, I think a lot of people probably they find you to be kind of a hard read, or you could get judged or get misconceptions with the justice there. It's like you're being judged unfairly. Maybe you have been judged unfairly for a long time, and so this is someone who rises up and says, I'm bearing it all. This is me. Them's my titties. And you can't take that away from me. 3,000 babies. These are little paint cups, but they kind of look like, I just thought parfaits immediately. So, I don't know, maybe you're doing some kind of parfaits or like a acai bowl or some kind of fruit bowl. This little lizard is funny. This is how I see the masculine looking, like, see how they're looking at each other? Like I'm on to you. You can't fool me. I see the tears in your eyes. I see the depth to you. Where everyone else might just be like, oh, that's just them being them. You know, maybe you dress in a way or you present in a way that's very comical and light, and people are like, oh, they're so silly. There's a lot of emotional wealth here, just below the surface. I also get like Sweeney Todd. Somebody could paint here. I mean, that's paint cups, but because she's got a little paintbrush there. But see, her paintbrush is like a blue, and these are purple. Someone wants to dip their paintbrush in your cup. Purple cups, 12, which is 3. But I just get like, if you, like a jawbreaker, you know, there's the layers between, also Shrek with the green chameleon here. Someone's a chameleon. Someone blends it very well in so that nobody can see what's really going on. That's been their coping mechanism since childhood. But there are layers. I'm getting like the jawbreaker. And jawbreaker, so this person might be, maybe they could go one of two ways. They could be very clenched tight, like their jaw is broken because they don't know how to speak, or they don't like to speak about certain things. It makes them uncomfortable. Or they've just never been in a safe enough place where they felt like they could express those things. I feel like somebody needs to do like a face massage or something. I'm gonna do one right now. What is up from thanks for sharing? Could be some sort of addiction here. Maybe an addictive past, right? I mean, if you were someone who was an addict, you didn't behave like your truth. You were behaving out of a lie. The lie that you fed into with whatever the substance or behaviors that you were addicted to were filling, which they fill a void. We're addicted to shame. We're not addicted to joy. You're not addicted to joy. Because it's just such a state of being. Whereas the shame it hits the emotions, it hits the depth, but not in a healthy way, not in a happy way. And that reassures the void in us that says you are not worthy, you are unlovable, you are not wanted. Those are the lies that we are told. especially in those types of households, right, that I described. If you were tossed around, if you were in the system, if you were in one house, but you never felt that connection, that true, authentic, unconditional connection with a parent, that'll stick with you. That'll stick with you in a lot of different ways. So, yeah, somebody could not want to speak, because I get like jaw-jacking, like someone could just talk a lot of shit, very comedic, la la la, look how funny I am. Clearly nothing would ever faze me. I'm impervious to doubt, fear, shame, any of those things. But inside, God, I just feel like they're really struggling inside, you know. So it's, yes, what doesn't kill you makes you stronger, blah blah blah. But sometimes I struggle with that statement myself. I don't really like it, because it's kind of like, it shouldn't have to be. You shouldn't always have to be almost breaking, but it is the ones who suffer the most that learn to adapt and roll with the punches. The rider, the death rider, scorpionic energy, the Fool, Aquarius, Aries, the High Priestess, Pisces. Here's the end of that deception here, because people just, that is dealing with people who don't want to listen to or don't hold space for you to be your authentic self. So I'm done playing the part, like Jim Carrey. Yeah, Jim Carrey was the best role I ever got. He always says, like, that was the best character I ever played, or he was a great character, but I just got tired of playing him. So yeah, maybe you were someone who just like, hey, and you were never taught how to be or express. And so it's kind of like you've just sort of imitated things around you to amalgamate this version of yourself that you felt, based on the feedback that you received, was sufficient. I'm getting an insufficient funds. But it's like that was the version of you that you thought would suit society and keep you away from so much scrutiny. 11 with the cups here. So that's like the 10 of cups and the ace of cups to me. Tea, and it's very warm. Where did I just say that? Blue is the warmest color, and blue is like water. Oh, this is going to be such a good, good isn't even the right word. I don't know that I have the word for it. What is the word? Bird. It's so light. And there's a lot of communication here. Birds communicate. I love watching birds communicate. They are such efficient, beautiful partners. I love birds, and they mate for life. So yeah, I get the 10 of cups and the ace of cups. So it's probably going to move very quickly with the Fool here. And I think we've got the ending here, and with the Death, the Fool, and then the High Priestess. Tara, maybe the name Tara, the sign Taurus. But we have all these fruits back here. The movie, Thanks for Sharing, is about sex addiction. There is references to alcohol in it, but it is centered around Mark Ruffalo's character as a sex addict, and Gwyneth Paltrow. He is a cusper. He's a Scorpio cusper. Yeah, I think he's November 22nd with Scarlett Johansson and Jamie Lee Curtis. Something with helicopters. True lies. Yeah, it's 10 of Swords is ending the lies, ending the deception, whether they be self-deception. It's like you've been playing the part, and then you realize, oh, I don't actually want to play this part. You long for this. You long to be seen. with the High Priestess. You long to be seen. The Sun. Well, someone sees you. 10 of fucking Pentacles. Yeah, they see you. And it's like they're gonna go from the Ace of Cups, like you're gonna go from the first date to, okay, let's move in together. Like it might move kind of, but it feels almost like, again, I'm gonna reference Big Fish, time slows down. It feels like getting into a warm bath. You know, it's not like if you've been in those relationships where it feels like, ooh, and you're jumping into a freezing cold pool of water. And it's that thrill, and it's exciting, and it's new, and it's different, and it shocks your system in a way that makes you go, well, maybe this is the thing, maybe this is it, because I've never felt this before. And it's like, get ready, because what you've already felt before is coming right behind that shock factor. But getting into a warm bath, this isn't a hot tub, this isn't a, I gotta move in here very slowly because we're both so scared to get together, and we're so scared to take the next step, that we have to ease into it. It feels very easy. It's like, oh, this is my temperature. It's like getting into a, you know, maybe a 98 to 100 degree bath. It's very warm. It's just so nice. And it's like those deprivation tanks where they keep them the same, the sensory deprivation tank, where you're just floating. It's heaven. I've had people ask me, and I feel like that is being held, and floating is weightlessness. Weightless by Marconi Union. Maybe listening to that and tapping in with your third eye, tapping into your person's energy. This feels more like a solitary reading, but it's so big because it's, which I like, because it is a love reading, and so I feel like you're both going to be able to maintain your true identity. You know, you're not going to have to like put on a disguise or anything with this one. M-O and then O-M. O-M. Odyssey of the Mind. That was a like side class course club. You're in the cool club. Your own little club. But yeah, it was something that, I don't know, smart kids did. Kids who were into science. It was Odyssey of the Mind, and they did like science fairs and stuff. Virgo energy there. Libra energy as well. Maybe a Virgo Libra cusp, because we are talking about cuspers. But this feels like you're on the cusp of this union, Marconi Union, macaroni. And that reminds me of the Fool. Stuck a feather in his hat and called it macaroni. I see like children making macaroni necklaces. I see you finally being able to, whether they're yours, nephews, nieces, grandkids, whatever, students, maybe you want to be a teacher or something. It's like you're coming to your purpose, and I think you've been held back. You've held yourself back through self-deception and through a low value system because of what you were told you were able to do. Like, this is the pigeonhole we're going to put you in. Like Gattaca. This is what you're going to do for the rest of your life. This is what you were designed to do. And you're like, this doesn't feel like something I was designed to do. Ten of Pentacles. I love that. It's my favorite card. And I was going to say that, and I like the Fool, and the Fool came out on top of the other Fool. You're going to be two fools. Two goofballs. And Strength at the bottom again. Four of Swords. Yeah, I feel like listening to maybe Marconi Union, that's just a suggestion, but I think tapping into that, and just think about it. Everyone that's watching this, if we all do that meditation, we're all during Marconi Union's Weightless song. It's a piece. It's all instrumental. But I don't know how long it is. I think it's like 14 minutes or something like that. Maybe the time stamp is important here as well. But just imagine if all of us do that. It's like if we all take a moment of silence together, even though we're watching at different times, we're still attuning to the same frequency, because frequency is not time relevant. There is no time with frequency. It is beyond all that. So anyway, I just think that would be kind of cool. Whereas, so when we're in that, it's like all of the twin flames are going to be tuning into that same frequency of envisioning what it would feel like to be with their person, to truly be in union with each other. And that's just a call. It's like, Autobots assemble. Yeah, the Fools here. These are two people that are willing. That's the thing. It's like with the imagery of that jumping into a freezing cold body of water. It's like warm bodies. Also, yeah, the heart chakra. This is gonna really. I think this is really gonna crack open the feminine's heart chakra in particular. It's like the masculine here, he's over here like, hi ho. Maybe this masculine can whistle or something, or they kind of like hum, 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 you know, like doo, doo, doo. Capricorn energy, they could be a workaholic here, but this is somebody who's very focused with this pentacle energy at cracking through the star here. So Aquarius energy, but they're cracking through because they want to heal it. They don't want to, like a geode, you know, it's like they don't want to just open it and go, ooh, how pretty, and sell it. It's like they want to crack open a geode. They want to polish it, craft it, build a stand for it. They want to put it somewhere it's going to be safe and sacred. So I'm getting that as well. But the Fools here, I like it because these are two people. I see them like holding hands and jumping off the end of a dock into a very peaceful, placid body of water. And it's just a beautiful day, and there's the mountains and trees all around, and it's just this sacred little pocket of peace. And they're both like children jumping into the water together. Isn't that that's an intro to a movie, a production company, where the kid, and then the freeze frame is them jumping off the dock? I believe that's one. Anyway, so maybe you're gonna go to the movies. Yeah, you might just do kind of like a classic Netflix and chill, or go to a movie. Stranded at the drive-in, branded a fool. What will my friends say? Monday at school. So we have the Sun and Death, Scorpio and Leo, and the Ace of Wands. Polygamy. That's the Nine of Wands. Yeah, see this person here? You've dealt with deception, third parties, people trying to include others. Could be a mother figure. See how she's kind of over their shoulder here. Masculine could have had some codependent attachments in the past to their mother. I don't feel like that was the divine masculine. Unless this is a reconciliation, right? This is past energy, though, of dealing with masculines, feminines not being happy, because look how pissed off she looks. She's like, meh. This is a new energy. So if it's this masculine, they've grown up. Maybe you were, you know, kids with Grease, you know, stranded at the drive-in. Maybe the name Danny, the name Johnny. Dirty Dancing. Leo, Baby. Nobody puts baby in the corner. But the name Baby. But yeah, maybe somebody calls you baby. I'm not a baby, I'm a man. I'm an anchor man. Trail of Tears, Seven of Pentacles. The Sun and Death with the Seven of Pentacles in the center here. This gives me like Eight of Cups with the Trail of Tears. It's like water, but it gives me Eight of Cups, having to choose yourself, having to leave something that was just not working. And it's it's created a kind of like a geode. It's really a fabrication of protection that has been built around somebody's heart space. And this isn't going to crack it. And this masculine here with the Eight of Pentacles, it's like they're trying out different approaches here. But it's just, like, they are focused. They will get it right. They're like, I'll try this approach. I'll try humor. They're like putting on the different costumes, but not, it's not costumes like they're putting on a front or anything like that. It's because this person is a chameleon. They can be anything. They can do anything. And that is just part of their nature. They're just able to do that. They're very adaptable. They will acclimate, and that acclimation with the water. There could be a change in season. This could happen at like the cusp or the change of a season, or you might be in different parts of the world where or your country or your state or your city, you could just be, 20 minutes apart or something. But, and if you're in certain places like Florida, it's raining right here, but then your next door neighbor is dry as a bone, so it's, I get this kind of like contrast in weather patterns or the temperament, the temperature. This is like somebody gauging your temperature, this masculine. They're gauging your temperature. Each time they try something new, it's like they don't want to just crack that geode open. They don't want to crack your heart open because they know that that's going to be too aggressive, and they know that that's going to scare you, and it's not going to be, that's not what they want. They don't want to scare you. They want to nurture you into like a flower opening it yourself. Because it's really, it's been put together by, I'm getting the feminine, put this together around their heart. They built it up. So only they know like the combination. It's like they've locked it away in a safe, and they've only known. So I'm getting Inception, which Leo and Scorpio energy there, because Leo is his name, but he is a Scorpio. And so, yeah, we are getting a lot of sun and death and rebirth. So again, if this is a reconciliation, it's like a whole new revival. If it's brand new, it's unlike anything that you've ever experienced. Either way, it's new energy. So if you are not interested in anybody in the past, or if you're like, no, I don't think I have it in me to, I don't want to do that. I don't want to do that. Sex and the City, Miranda. Seven of Wands. Seven's here. We always get a lot of sevens, but Seven of Wands is award. What is that? That's like a nanny or an assistant award. Somebody's getting an award, possibly. I mean, this is like your divine award or reward. What was I just looking for? Oh. Wow. See, that's it. Once you know what you're looking for, it's right in front of you. So yeah, maybe tapping into that energy, doing a meditation today or whenever, free will. I'm getting a lot of fixed signs here, so it's like, don't tell a fixed sign what to do. Yeah, we have the 8. Okay. I was going to say we have the 8 of Pentacles at the bottom here, and that is really the card that I'm getting I'm the most focused on, because I like this. This is a very slow and patient energy, but I also get, like, once the leap is made, it's all going to feel very natural and easy and very comfortable. And it's like, this is my temperature. We're in the same, yep, same temperature. This one's turning it up a little bit more. There's a little bit more determination in this one's eyes. And they're like, okay, we're turning up the heat. So they may test something out, and once they realize, oh, that's how it works, that's what's going to do it, then they're like, okay. Or they might just be feeling out the water, and once they get this kind of nod of approval, they may get it from the feminine, or they may get it from someone who knows the feminine. But once they get that, once they kind of crack the code, then I think they're gonna turn up the heat a little bit. But there won't feel like pressure. It's gonna feel steamy maybe. But we've got these cogs here that look like the sun. So a lot of Leo energy, which is masculine heart space. Masculine heart space energy. That's what we want in a divine union, right? But right when that came out, it just sort of flicked away, and I was like, oh, there's the Eight of Pentacles at the bottom. It popped out, and the Tower's behind it. Scorpionic energy, but it is that Fool taking a leap of faith. And I'm seeing this scene from a movie where somebody falls, a Spider-Man or something. It's probably one of those movies, but then the guy, whoever he is, jumps off and like makes himself super aerodynamic and like goes down and catches them, and then I think turns over and they fall on him, but because he's a superhero or he's indestructible or something, he like braces the fall. I could be mixing up multiple scenes here, but that's what I'm seeing. It's like this person's gonna take the fall. They're gonna take the fall. What's that about? Okay. Take the fall. The moon. They're coming towards their feminine. They're gonna... The sun, the Hierophant, Leo, Taurus, more Leo energy with the Six of Wands, Nine of Pentacles, and the Queen of Wands. They're gonna take the fall. Tell me about that, masculines. Six of Pentacles. Share the load. Maybe the name's Sam. Or somebody could have a lisp. Page of Wands. The Chariot. Could be a younger fire sign. Masculine. But it's also somebody who's coming in. They've got it. Like, look how confident this little sucker looks. Like, yeah, I got it. So even though this is a page, they're coming in with that big wand energy. Hello. And see, he's got the feather in his hat. Somebody could wear a hat or some sort of distinctive clothing. And yeah, maybe people are just like, that person, because of the way they dress or something, maybe they dress like, I don't know. I can't even think, like in a jersey or something, like because of what they wear, somebody might just think of them as being only that. They could only be, a thug because they wear baggy pants and a big gold chain or something. It's like, I feel like there's a lot of simple, closed-minded people around both of you, but around this person that's coming forward, and I feel like for that reason it's going to maybe be unexpected for the feminine, because you would never think that maybe this could, because a Page of Wands could be someone who's just a player. They're just looking at that wand. They're just here for a minute. They're here to just kind of explore that part of it. So there could be something about the way that they are. Maybe they're just, have a flirtatious air about them, and they're not somebody that you would think would be willing to settle down or put in the work with the Chariot here of the heart space that it takes. You don't have the heart. Ooh. Take the fall. This is very specific, but there could be some kind of situation where somebody was wronged in the past and the masculine is going to take care of it somehow, or like, we would joke in basic training, sock parties, where if somebody was pissing someone off, or if they got everyone else in trouble, then you put some socks and some rocks in some socks, or soap in some socks. Soap party, sock party, blanket party, and everybody else holds them down, and then you beat the shit out of them. I just feel like there's some sort of like karmic retribution here. And I don't think that this is with the justice system here. I don't think that this is going to be something where they take the fall and then they get sent away or anything. I don't think that it's going to get to that point. Hopefully it doesn't. But I just feel like somebody's going to like right a wrong. And maybe they're just going to do that by loving you the way that others never did. It's like, I'll take care of you. I love that song by Beach House. Take care. Okay, yeah, the Knight of Wands and the Page of Cups. Definitely a lot of younger energy on the masculine side here, but I like it. Talk about suitable. This is suitable because we have the Lovers here, and there's the King of Cups. Yeah, this one has the heart. Ooh, the Lion heart. Oh, that really fucking just punched me in the heart there. It's like, this one has the heart. This masculine has the heart to kind of undo all the wrongs. And yeah, maybe they're not gonna maybe they want to hurt somebody, but they're not going to, because then they'd be away from the feminine, and that's not gonna heal the feminine. That's not gonna help anything to get locked up. But I got that moment there for sure. That was, I could see it. Where somebody definitely wants to hurt somebody, but they won't. That also reminds me of it's not Couples Retreat, is it? It is John and Vince Vaughn, the actors that, I can't think of John's last name, but there's that name, John again. Where he's like, no, don't do anything. And he's like, oh, okay, I got you. We won't do anything. I won't take care of it, and Vince Vaughn's like, no, I really don't want you to do anything. Don't hurt anybody, the star. Don't do anything, because that's not healing. So yeah, maybe somebody comes from a lifestyle like that, where they would have, go to jail, or go to war, go to jail, so maybe somebody had some kind of ultimatum in their past where they had to go into the military, or they had to do time for something, or they were just in a lifestyle where it's like, if you would have caught me 10 years ago or whatever, maybe I would have taken care of this. But I am divine, and I know that karma, justice at the center here to Libra energy, karma will take care of it. Karma will take care of it. It's not my job to right that wrong, but I will share the load of all the hurt that you were caused, because you're my person, and because I'm coming up with all this strength. This person is very strong. They are strong enough. Their heart is a lion's heart. They have the heart to handle anything when it comes to this feminine. Share the load. I love that. Y'all know Lord of the Rings. I'm always gonna, it always comes back to Lord of the Rings. I mean, there's just so many life lessons in there, and beautiful metaphorical references. Okay, come on. All right, this isn't going down in there, so let's see. Is that Dopey? Is that his name? Dopey with the ears? Yeah, someone thinks this person's like a dope. They think they're just like a clown. They just see them as a clown, a joker. But, you know, that whole hi ho, it's off to work we go with the 8 of Pentacles. This is someone who, they work very hard. They're actually a very hard worker. People would be surprised by this. And people may be surprised by this. I think the feminine's going to be surprised by this. Shit, the masculine might be surprised by this. Like, I never thought I would grow up. I never thought I would be a divine masculine. But this feminine has called me to that higher frequency. Because this feminine is doing the work of waiting patiently, giving space to their masculine to do that work, to come to them correctly, to come to them as an emperor. And in that 4 of Swords, hermit energy of the Virgo, yeah, it's like the feminine has displayed so much faith and trust in this masculine by not energetically pressuring them to hurry, by just doing their life, loving themselves. You know, the more you love up on yourself, the more your person's going to love up on themselves. And it's like, this person needed a lot of love because I think that they were ostracized, they were marginalized, is the word, quite a bit. And yeah, the genie, there could be jail time here in the past. We're going to say it's in the past, okay? Because he gets freed. Yeah. And Aladdin, straight rap. 3. 3s and 7s. Lots of blue. That could be someone's favorite color. Or they could just wear blue a lot. You could have a blue aura and look into what that means. I'm blue, da-ba-dee-da-ba-die. And then people would, I'm in need of a guy, I'm in need of a guy. So yeah, I mean, somebody could be kind of blue and sad, but there was never any pressure from this feminine, and so it's allowed the masculine to discover themselves and to come back with that same level of patience. But I think you both have waited long enough, and when you do come together, I really feel like it's going to just happen. It's going to just happen. When you know, and we're not wasting any more time. Nelly, girl. And then she acts all cute. She's such a Grumposaurus Rex, that one. I am the light of the heart. Visualization. As you recite, I am the light of the heart, visualize radiant light descending from God into your heart chakra, where it will be released according to the words of your prayer. So you may have your own affirmations of release, chants, mantras, but here is one. I am the light of the heart. I am the light of the heart, shining in the darkness of being and changing all into the golden treasury of the mind of Christ. It's that Christ consciousness. I am projecting my love out into the world to erase all errors and to break down all barriers. I am the power of infinite love, amplifying itself until it is victorious, world without end. And that's the exclamation. World without end. World without end. A ring is round, it has no end. That's how long I want to be your friend. Yeah, maybe nobody thought you would ever get married. Maybe you didn't think you would ever want to get married. or be in a long-term partnership. But I do see a ring. I see a band. So that's more the marriage. That's the 10 of Pentacles. That's we're together. Versus all the focus being on the diamond ring and the engagement and the party and the wedding and all of that stuff. That has nothing to do with the 10 of Pentacles. That's a lot of fun, and you can have that on top of it. But most people that have the 10 of Pentacles connection, they're like, we don't need all that. That's kind of frivolous. That's kind of a waste. You know, like maybe you want to have your people around you, or you wouldn't mind having all of that. But there's no pretense here, so it's like if y'all don't want to do it, you're going to do exactly what you want to do for your connection. And I think all of that is just smoke and mirrors. That is just distracting from the fact that we are actually both leaping into a freezing cold body of water versus, you know, submerging and floating in a warm bath. Like it's and with the bath, it's cleansing, it's healing. That star and Aquarius energy of healing. It's so healing that it's like Epsom salt, and they put salts in those deprivation tanks to help you float so that you don't sink to the bottom. Okay. And that just gave me a vision of a gator in the water. When if they just submerge like a few inches below the surface, you can't even see them. You know, it's kind of terrifying. But that's usually a terrifying imagery to bring into a love reading, probably. But I get just this, someone who is quiet and steady, and there's so much depth beneath them that nobody else sees. So they only, and there's something might be kind of scary about this person. I don't know. Where it's like, oh, it's a gator. And that always takes me back to Princess and the Frog, where, you know, he's like creeping up, he's the gator, and then he's like, how y'all doing? You know, and he's like, let's all play some, that's a real fierce, or he's like playing the banjo or whatever. The frogs are playing the banjo, and he's, or just him or whatever. Anyway, and they're rowing on that boat, which gives me the 6 of Swords, that rescue, although it's the female one that's doing all the rowing. And he's like this petulant little child, pampered, spoiled prince boy, and he's very jovial and light, and, you know, keeping her smiling. She's very serious, and she's like all work no play, very Capricorn Sagittarius for feminine's energy of just like go go go, like always on alert, always remembering things, always, you know, just the one that people go to for information. Like, it's exhausting to be that person. And so he's kind of coming in with this lightness, but he would just be like, this person is not deep at all. They have no ability to do this. But anyway, the gator comes up, and so I get that there's this sort of, I mean, someone could be a musician, but there is that music aspect of just like, let's just have fun. It's very light and fun. Like, life is serious enough. We both have been through plenty. You know, you'll talk about those things. You'll express those things. I think that there will be finally a place where you can just authentically express and cry and go through those emotional processes where you've had to mask them before. You won't have to do any of that with this person. Actually, I don't think this person will tolerate, either of you will tolerate anything less than depth and authenticity. You won't accept anything other than that, because what's the point? That's so low vibe. That's so last vibe, you know? So, all right. Hopefully there was something in here for you, and I wish you well. Yeah, I think there might have been something else in there. But we'll be back. We'll be back with another reading. So, yes. Ta-ta for now.